Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you what the best canned meats are for you and your family. I'm going to be comparing the amount of protein per can. I'm also going to be comparing the ingredient list and also the price, because we also want to make sure that we are eating healthy foods and also saving some money while doing so. So let's go ahead and go to the store and I'll show you the great options that I find. We'll be starting out by looking at salmon, and salmon is always a great canned meat to purchase because it's really healthy for you. For this can of salmon, it's going for $2.99. It offers 5 servings per container, each serving of 20 grams of protein, and the ingredients are only pink salmon and salt. The more basic the ingredients in any canned meat, the better. So if you can just get canned meat with salt, that's going to be something that you want to pick. This can of chum salmon is a little bit more expensive. It's $3.99. You're basically getting the same amount of servings, it's basic ingredients, and you get a little bit less protein, but the salmon is one of the largest species of salmon, so if that's interesting to you, you might want to pick that up. Sometimes you can also find red salmon, but it will be more pricey, so I usually stick to pink salmon. I did find cans of salmon for $1.99 at my local store, and it is from the Chicken of the Sea brand. It does have pink salmon, water, and salt for the ingredients, and water sometimes is added to help keep the meat moist and to also increase volume. Next, I wanted to go check out Costco and see their deals on salmon. You do get 6 6-ounce cans for $14.99, and thankfully the ingredients in the canned salmon at Costco is also very basic. You only have pink salmon and salt. If you are sensitive to sodium, you can also rinse out your meat in a strainer, and that can reduce the sodium content up to 80%. Next, I'm looking for cans of turkey, and I don't usually find a lot of options for turkey meat. Here is one particular brand that I did find. The can is $2.79, but you can see here it has a lot more additives like modified food starch and sodium phosphates. Modified food starch acts as a thickener and a stabilizer. Phosphates are used to help retain moisture in the meat. I usually prefer anything that is a bit more natural. I do understand when you are stocking up, you will have more products on your shelves that will have more additives and fillers, but if you're looking for the more natural options, then the more basic the better. This can of Spam turkey is also another example of a lot of extra ingredients within the contents. My favorite option for canned turkey will be from the brand Keystone. The ingredients are only turkey and sea salt. Again, that's about as basic as you can get, and that is a rare thing to find with canned meats. The cans are a very large size. You do get 8 servings per container, and each serving will give you 14 grams of protein. You can get a pack of 6 for $62.99, which breaks down to 76 cents per serving. I'll put the link in the description below if you can't find it in your stores like me. Next, I want to look at chicken, because chicken a lot of times will have a lot of additives as well. This 10-ounce can of chicken is going for $2.78 at my local store and has pretty basic ingredients. The ingredients are only chicken, water, and salt. There is nothing artificial added. Here is another brand of chicken, and as you can see, it does have some additional ingredients in there, such as modified food starch and phosphates. So it's not going to be as natural as the other options, again, when you can only find chicken breast, water, and salt in the ingredient list. I was curious to see what I would find at Costco for their chicken breasts. So upon looking at these ingredients, they do have other additives as well. So I didn't realize that the chicken breast in Costco had so many additives. I actually prefer the chicken breast from Sam's Club because upon looking at the ingredient list, you're going to see that there is only chicken breast meat, water, and salt. This is about as basic as you can get for your chicken meat. So I really do like the Members Mark brand from Sam's Club. Next, I want to talk about tuna, and tuna is a favorite. You can always find it in everybody's pantry, and the thing with tuna is that you have a lot that you can pick from, and with all of these options, again, you want to be mindful of what the ingredients are. I found tuna that is store brand at one of my local stores, and it's going for $1.98 per can, so it's a little bit more pricey, but the ingredients are very basic. It's tuna, water, broth, salt, or olive oil. So again, those are all very basic and healthy ingredients. The Starkist brand also has healthy options for tuna. They go for $1.98. You can find options with tuna, extra virgin olive oil, and sea salt. Each can is 1 serving and it gives you an incredible 27 grams of protein. That is a lot packed into this small little can. Again, I wanted to check and see what I could get at Costco, and they have this new brand. I haven't seen it before. It's popping up in stores everywhere by Wild Planet, and they have these cans of albacore wild tuna. You get 6 5-ounce cans of white tuna steak, and the thing about this as well is that it has very, very minimal ingredients. In fact, it only has tuna and sea salt. Each can has 1 serving and there is 33 grams of protein per serving, so that is incredible. The packaging also says that they use smaller albacore, which tends to have less mercury than larger albacore. I also checked out Costco's brand of tuna. It's going for $15.49. You do get 8 7-ounce cans, so you do get more in this box, but the ingredients are not as basic. As you can see here, there are additives. Mackerel is another affordable option for fish. I found this by the brand Chicken of the Sea for $2.26. In this can, there are 3.5 servings of fish, and the ingredients are very basic: mackerel, water, and salt, and you do get 16 grams of protein per serving. And before moving on to beef options, I do need to check out sardines, because sardines are also a powerhouse when it comes to nutrition and protein. You can often find sardines at a very affordable price point, usually just going for $1. If you want to get olive oil with your sardines, then you might pay a little bit more, so it'll have sardines, olive oil, and salt. But if you are just getting a basic sardine, then get sardines packed in water or in a healthy oil. Sardines are so excellent to have. They are high in omega-3 fatty acids. They're rich in protein. They're abundant in vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin B12 and B3. They also have tons of minerals such as calcium and phosphorus, selenium. They're low in mercury as well, because sardines are small fish, low on the food chain, which means that they accumulate fewer toxins like mercury compared to the larger fish. Sardines from the brand Beach Cliff are usually some of the most affordable options, going for anywhere from like $1 to $1.14, depending on what store you're shopping at. They also have it from the brand Chicken of the Sea. You can pretty much get sardines in any brand that you find. And again, they are a very affordable option for fish. And because they are so healthy, I think they're always a must-have. I did find sardines at Costco from the brand Season, and you do get a 6-pack for $8.99. The sardines only have sardines, olive oil, and salt, so it is a great find. And finally, moving on to beef. So in my grocery stores, I found corned beef as a main option, but they do have a lot of extra additives and fillers, so it's not something that I'm really keen on. I do prefer the Keystone brand again for beef, and as you can see here, it just has beef and sea salt, very basic ingredients. In each can, you will have 8 servings for the container, and each serving is going to give you 11 grams of protein. Again, I have searched everywhere and I can't find Keystone in my local stores. I have to order it off of Amazon, and for a pack of 6, you can get it for $57.75, which turns out to 83 cents per serving. They also have a ground beef option, and with that, once again, you are only going to find beef and sea salt in the ingredient list. Just as with the other can of beef, you will get 8 servings per container, and each serving is going to give you 11 grams of protein. You can currently get a 6-pack on Amazon for $59.93, which breaks down to 80 cents per serving. Once again, I'll have the links in the description below. So when you are prepping, when you are stockpiling different foods, a lot of times you want to focus on canned goods, and you want to make sure that your money is also going as far as it can. So there are a lot of canned foods that we can purchase at the store, like canned vegetables, for example, that maybe will taste good, and it is great to have those in our pantries, but they're also not going to offer us the highest caloric value. So you're not getting the most bang for your buck. And in situations where calories really count, you want to, in advance, have some of these items already in your pantry. So I want to go over a list of different items that you should include in your pantry, or at least consider including if you do not already have them. The very first thing that is going to be on that list will be great value luncheon meat, also known as Spam. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Spam, especially the traditional ham Spam. So I don't buy this often, but it also does pack a lot of calories for the amount of product that you're purchasing. Now, if you buy Spam, exactly, so the name brand Spam, that is going to cost a lot more than, for example, the Walmart brand, which is the Great Value Luncheon Meat. So in a small can for just a couple dollars, really, you're going to get 1,000 plus calories in that can, and that is a lot. So that is something that you want to consider having in your pantry, in your stockpile, because even if it's not one of your favorite things to have, I know it's GMO and all this stuff, but regardless, in situations that you are in dire need for food, you're not going to be so concerned about what exactly it is that you're eating, but you're going to be looking to survive. You want food. So that's why if you don't maybe have Spam or this type of Great Value Luncheon Meat, you may want to consider getting some, because again, it does pack a lot of calories in that small little can. The next item is going to be another source of canned meat, and it's going to be Libby's corned beef hash. Now, this is good because, again, it's a lot of calories in the can. It's not necessarily as much calories as the Spam, but you do get 700 calories, about 700 calories per can. So that's really good. You know, it's calorie dense, it's filling, you can eat it straight from the can. So this will be another option to have. And if you don't have it already, maybe consider stocking up on these. And then moving on from meat, another great option is going to be some type of canned pasta. So Chef Boyardee offers some really good options, particularly the beef ravioli. In each can, you're going to get about 800 calories, and that is a lot for that small can. And, you know, ravioli is usually a popular option with kids. So if you have children, they're not going to really argue against having that, but you're going to have in that can protein, you're going to have carbs, you're going to have fats. So it's really kind of like a complete meal. It's going to taste probably pretty good, and that's another option to definitely consider. Again, even if you don't have this, you know, on your menu that you eat regularly, it is good to have in your pantry for situations that you are wanting ready to go meals. And that's another benefit with this, is that the meal is kind of already all in one in that one can. Another great option is going to be canned chili, in particular the Wolf brand canned chili. You can get that at Walmart. I know we have it at our local Walmart. In this can of chili, you're going to get about 700 calories. You're going to have beans and meat for energy and protein. So it's a high protein, high fat meal all in one can. This is another great option. Chili, you can be very versatile with that. You know, you can add it to some rice, you can eat it by itself. So it's a really good thing to have as well. And then moving on, there are a lot of canned soups that you can look at. And with soups, you want to look for items that are in a cream base because it's going to have more calories. So one particular option that you can look at is the Campbell's Chunky Creamy Chicken and Dumplings, because that is going to have a wide variety of ingredients and it's going to have more calories in that can. For example, with this can, you can get about 400 calories per can. So if you break it down into serving size according to the label, it's not going to be as much calories, but usually when you're eating canned goods, I mean, you'll just eat the can, let's face it. That's kind of the serving. And there are a lot of other options with canned soups as well. You don't have to necessarily look at this one, but just keep in mind when you are looking for canned soups, something that is going to be in a cream base will have more calories. Another good option is going to be canned potatoes, because naturally potatoes are higher in calories. So you can look for example, the Great Value brand. This one does have about 200 calories per can. So, you know, this is really budget friendly. It's versatile. You can mash up the potatoes, you can fry it, and because it's calorie dense, it will be giving you energy as well. And now I want to talk about canned beans. Now, I love beans. I usually buy beans that are plain, but if you're looking for beans that have more calories, I encourage to look at Bush's baked beans because in one can you're going to have about 900 calories because of all the ingredients they put in there, and that's a lot. So definitely go ahead and check that out. And the good thing with Bush's baked beans is that they do have a lot of different flavors, but even if you go with their original recipe, that itself has a lot of calories, so that makes it a really good option to put on your shelves. The next item is going to be canned coconut milk because it has a lot of calories as well. In a can of coconut milk, you're going to get about 600 to 700 calories. Now with coconut milk, it's more of an ingredient. It's not just a food itself, so you want to combine it with something, but whatever you put it with, it will add a lot of calories. And then moving on, I'll also add sweetened condensed milk. Now that's basically going to be milk with sugar, but it has so many calories. You'll get over 1,000 calories in a tiny little can, and it just really packs a punch for that small size. So again, you're gonna wanna think about what you can incorporate this with, maybe rice, maybe some other dish, but whatever you do, it will add calories. So just keep that in mind. The next item is going to be any type of canned fish in oil. So for example, if you're looking at canned sardines in oil versus sardines in water, you're going to have over double the calories in that can. So I like to get both items. I like to have canned fish in water and then also in oil. Keep in mind again that if you're looking for the most calories per can, you definitely want to go with oil. And if you get canned tuna a lot, then you may want to consider buying more canned sardines because the sardines are going to have a much higher fat content than the tuna. And that's going to not only offer you more health benefits, but it's also going to offer you more calories. And that's what this video is all about. And then as far as canned fruits go, I would suggest a canned fruit in heavy syrup. The reason why is because again, you're going to have a lot more calories than if you have the canned fruit in its natural juices. So usually from a health standpoint, you want it to be in just water or its natural juices. But if you're looking for more calories, then you're going to want to look at heavy syrup. So when you go to the store, you're going to find those options. You'll find heavy syrup and then water. So you just need to make a conscious decision on basically what you're looking to stock up on. If it's more calories, you're going to want to go with the heavy syrup option. So let me know what I've missed below. I'd love to hear what options you find are really good value, calorie-wise and price-wise. Definitely share down below. These are options that I found at my local store and I wanted to share them with you today. Thank you so much for watching and being here today, friends, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Take care.